Whatever happened in Detroit in those days relative to rock and roll music was centered on the Grande Ballroom. Case closed.
The Grande inspired greatness.
It was the mecca of hip, you know?
And I wasn't totally aware of the impact it was having. I knew it had some impact, but not to the degree that 40 years later people still talking to me about it.
The Grande Ballroom inspired my fierceness from the sheer musical unification of fucking Detroit, man. The Motor City Madhouse was born at the Grande Ballroom.
The Grande Ballroom really was a place where, for the first time, you were encouraged to do your own thing. Write your own songs, come up with your own act.
We did our first set, and our manager, Little Lloyd, just happened to be floating around and was, you know, into the dressing room with the Iron Butterfly guys. And they're like, "Jeez, did you hear that band, man? We got to do something." And they decided to change the set around. They decided to do, you know, we better do In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida the first set, or, you know, they're not even going to know who we are.
Well, when I was a kid, it was the MC5. That was the main influence that I knew that was Detroit rock.
Right now it's time to kick out the jams, motherfucker!
Kick Out the Jams is maybe like in the top 2 or 3 rockingest songs of all time.
That's more than a song, you know. You get chills hearing the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, you should get chills. That's the Detroit municipal anthem, I would say.
The Grande became the official epicenter of the BMF, which stands, I suspect, for the bad motherfuckers of unleashed beast rock and roll.
Bands like Canned Heat,
Three Dog Night,
Bob Seger.
To see The Who at the Grande Ballroom, I was in heaven.
Led Zeppelin,
John Mayall,
Humble Pie,
Jeff Beck Band,
Paul Butterfield,
The Faces,
Sly and the Family Stone,
Arthur Brown, Chambers Brothers, Vanilla Fudge, Cream, get out of here. Musical pinnacles on a regular basis.
Iggy, the first time he performed for me, he dragged in a toilet, and he had put a mic in it somehow. And when you pull the thing, you got this rush of sound. And, you know, he thought that was great. I was thinking, my God, this is a band, you know, but I was beginning to roll with the punches and saying, if that's what they wanted, God bless him, let's give it to them. 1969,
And one more thing about the Grande Ballroom. Pussy!
There was an unbelievable amount of sex happening in that building. I mean, it was staggering sometimes, the things that were going on backstage.
And it was awfully inspiring for musical creativity.
You hear about this stuff in rock in the 80s and 90s, nothing. Pale in comparison to the debauchery of at the Grande Ballroom.